indigenous traditions spoke of an inner river. Centuries later, science revealed the Hamza, an immense subterranean current beneath the Amazon River. What is hidden beneath the earth mirrors what is hidden within us. Beneath every word lies silence. Beneath every action, a soul. The Hamza is not only water, it is a reminder that the unseen sustains the seen.
Hello, everyone. Today we were scheduled to finalize the set of notes intended for illustrations in the neoclassical style. As a side note, understanding human history through visual communication has always been a passion of Mr. Billy's. That's why we're aiming to illustrate our records using the widest diversity of pictographic styles, with contemporary realism being the next one. However, we're going to alter our schedule due to a question presented by Jessica. Please, my dear, explain it yourself.
Thank you, John. As you all likely know, I don't possess the same academic background as most of you. Sometimes it's challenging for me to discern what is presented in these notes as literary license versus scientific foundation, art, biology, chemistry, classical physics, astronomy, quantum mechanics, metaphysics, philosophy, psychology, psychiatry, religious traditions, and even popular folklore have always been distant concepts for a humble accountant. So, to truly grasp these metaphors, I had to seek help outside this circle. Phrases like "be water" always left me lost in the readings. Oasis born from feeling, water in the desert, and other things categorized here as abstract. That's why I spoke with Davis Simon, a limnologist, the scientist who studies inland water ecosystems, which include rivers, lakes, and wetlands. To illustrate the possible movements of water beneath desert sands, Davis began discussing the Hamza River, one of our planet's fascinating hidden natural wonders. It's not a river in the usual sense, flowing on the Earth's surface. Rather, it's an enormous subterranean water flow. Davis is here today, and with your permission, John, I'd like him to tell us more about the Hamza River before you reveal what you know about the existing relationship between Old Billy and this story.
Certainly, Jessica. Dear Mr. Davis Simon, a very warm welcome to you. Please tell us more about the Hamza.
Thank you, John. Allow me then. The Hamza River is one of the most fascinating geophysical discoveries in the Amazon basin. It was identified in 2011 by a team of Brazilian scientists led by Elizabeth Pimentel and Valia Hamza, hence its name, honoring the latter, both from the National Observatory in Rio de Janeiro. It represents a continental-scale hydrological system, yet with very distinct characteristics from its surface counterpart, the Amazon River. Here's what is known about the Hamza River. 1. Where it is and how it was discovered. Location. It flows approximately 2,000 to 4,000 meters, about 1.2 to 2.5 miles, deep beneath the Amazon basin, running west to east, parallel to the Amazon River. Discovery. Its existence was inferred, not directly observed. It was deduced through the analysis of temperature data obtained from oil and gas wells drilled in the Amazon basin by Petrobras during the 1970s and 1980s. Valia Hamza, a geophysicist, noted that temperature variations at these depths indicated water movement. 2. Dimensions and characteristics. Length. It is estimated to be about 6,000 kilometers, around 3,700 miles long, making it comparable in extent to the Amazon River itself. Width. It is incredibly wide, with estimates ranging from 200 to 400 kilometers, 125 to 250 miles in some sections. This makes it much wider than the Amazon River, which varies from 1 kilometer to 100 kilometers in width, depending on the segment. Flow. Water volume, although vast in width and length, its flow is significantly slower, and consequently, its total water volume is considerably less than that of the Amazon. Its estimated flow is around 3,900 cubic meters per second. In comparison, the Amazon River has an average flow of about 209,000 cubic meters, meaning the Amazon is roughly 50 to 55 times greater in discharge volume. Velocity. The Hamza flows at an extremely slow pace, estimated at only 10 to 100 meters, 33 to 330 feet per year, which is comparable to the speed of a glacier. The Amazon, in contrast, flows at meters per second. 3. How it flows. Rock porosity. The Hamza is not a river in the traditional sense, with a defined bed and banks like surface rivers. Instead, it flows through porous sedimentary rocks, such as sandstone and limestone, filling the voids and fractures within these geological formations. It is more akin to a vast, deep, moving aquifer. 4. Significance and importance. Hydrological cycle. The discovery of the Hamza adds a new and crucial dimension to the Amazon's hydrological cycle, revealing a massive subterranean component previously unknown. It may influence geological and biological processes at great depths. Biodiversity. The possibility of ecosystems and life forms adapted to these extreme conditions. Darkness, high pressure, brackish and slow-moving water is a promising area of research. Geology. The Hamza plays a role in the region's geology by transporting sediments and influencing the stability of subterranean layers. 5. Current state of research. Research on the Hamza River is still relatively nascent. Available information is primarily based on geophysical models and indirect data. New technologies and future drilling could provide more direct and detailed data on the exact water composition, rock structure, and potentially the presence of life in these extreme environments. In summary, the Hamza River is testament to the complexity and vastness of our planet's natural systems, a gigantic river that moves in secret, hidden beneath the world's largest tropical rainforest.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Your technical insights will help those who are skeptical to listen to Billy's notes with greater confidence. Now I must clarify that the notes we've found span a period of only 10 years and were written after the discovery of the Hamza. However, old Billy and our mutual friend, Claudionor Gaio, a biologist who studies Amazonian biomes, had been exchanging correspondence since the 1980s, discussing the indigenous people's belief in what they called the inner river. In these letters, we can clearly identify when they were referring to the Earth's interior and when they were alluding to the living interior hidden within all creatures. Here we have something special sent by our dear Claudionor. An original story written by Billy upon learning that the 2011 scientific discovery supported the ancestral consciousness of indigenous peoples. It's accompanied by Claudionor's own commentary, which highlights a perception similar to that of desert Bedouins, and indicates that the discovery of the Hamza River greatly influenced the metaphors we are analyzing in this reading cycle. Chris, please play the recording of these entries.
When the fog descended, silence settled over the village after the discovery of old Billy's departure. His notes were left stacked, serving as entertainment for the locals who chose to share them with others.
The river beneath the river. A traveler came to the Amazon drawn by its legend. He had heard of its endless waters, its roaring voice, its power to bend the forest to its will. When at last he stood upon its banks, he felt he was gazing at the very heart of life itself. Here is existence, he thought, loud, visible, undeniable. That night, an old woman of the forest spoke to him by the fire. "You have seen only half the river," she said. "The other half lies hidden, flowing deep beneath the earth." The traveler laughed. A river beneath a river? How can such a thing be? But the old woman only smiled. Not all truths live in the light. Years passed. The traveler wandered among men, where voices clashed like waters and markets roared like torrents. The world seemed only motion and noise, rushing forward without rest. Wearied by this surface current, he longed for silence. So he returned to the Amazon, not to its rushing waters, but to the ground beneath them. Pressing his ear to the earth, he felt it, a deep, slow current, patient as eternity itself. It was the Hamza, the river beneath the river. And then he understood, life is double. One part rushes on the surface, carrying what is seen. The other flows unseen, carrying memory, spirit, and the secret roots of being. He rose and whispered, "To live fully, I must honor both. I must walk the banks of the visible river, but also drink from the hidden one." And so his days became like the twin rivers, Amazon and Hamza, surface and depth, voice and silence, flowing as one. Claudio Norgeo's commentary. The Hamza River exists, though hidden. Flowing thousands of meters beneath the Amazon, it is as long as its twin on the surface, but slower, deeper, and silent. Science has measured it, yet no one has seen it. This hidden river reminds us that reality is not exhausted by what appears. Beneath the visible current of life runs another, carrying memory, spirit, and the secret movements of being. The Amazon roars above, but the Hamza sustains below. The traveler's discovery is a symbol for us all. We are more than our surface, our actions, our voices, our visible stories. Within each of us flows a second river, slower, patient, and eternal. To live only on the surface is to live incompletely. To live only in the hidden depths is to withdraw from the world. The fullness of life is to honor both. The lesson of the Hamza is simple yet profound. What is unseen is not absent. Beneath every word lies silence. Beneath every image a shadow. Beneath every step a foundation. It is the hidden that sustains the visible, the silent that gives meaning to sound.
I still struggle to see the line dividing art from science. My ignorance hinders precise discernment. Yet, these notes continue to affect me deeply, and learning about the Hamza River's influence on Mr. Billy's desert parable makes me believe that if he is indeed mad, he is so in good company. The inner river, described in Claudionor's letters, can be accessed through the aphorism, "I am spring of water." The Hamza River alludes to the original source within every living essence. And within the unknown of our integrity lies the complement for the expansion of our consciousness, guiding us towards the fruitful realization of all oases.
Thank you, my friends. Thanks, Mr. Simon. Anything that helps expand our minds will always be welcome among us. Claudionor, my dear, thank you for sharing.